everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. We're getting to the end of the season here at the house in the garden, but look, really amazing apples. They're really sweet. I've had some this week. Nowhere near as many apples as we actually pulled off the tree. But we're doing pretty well with the last remnants of the summer, I think is probably the best way of putting it. Our potatoes are still, the remaining potatoes are still in the ground. We've got some parsnips in the ground. We are losing apples on our apple tree at a rate of knots, and I'm going to be careful walking through here because of the wasps. You can see the apples here are not quite as big, and I just dropped one. They're not quite as big as the apples that we had from the other tree, but they're still pretty good. And all of these apples on the ground, all those apples are for the wasps, because I don't know if you remember, we do have a bit of a wasp's nest going on up there, and luckily most of the wasps have died because it's got colder, but I would rather like the wasps to quite like the wasps to not be around, thank you very much. So we've got apples. I'll be making some more apple products over this weekend, I think, and also probably getting rid of some of the parsnips that are in here and trying to get them ready for cooking. Parsnips actually quite like being kept in the ground through frosts. So you can see that most of these parsnips are doing great. Some of the potatoes are done. That is pretty normal. And you'll also note that I haven't cut my grass. I haven't cut my grass because I've been away. We had lots of really hot weather, but now, you know, the weather's got a lot cooler, and you can see if we go in here, we've still got, let's see if I can find you one. We've still got some potatoes in the ground here. There's one right there, look. So they're still doing quite well. So I shall be harvesting them either this week or next. And the idea being that I will do my best to try and make sure that we take them out of the ground before we get any really cold weather. But I've been making homemade oven chips. And I've been doing all kinds of other cool things with the potatoes because potatoes rock. You can boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. We didn't have much in the way of blackberries this year, partly because I've been busy, my wife's been busy. The garden has kind of run away from us this year, but it's definitely got an autumnal vibe right now. The temperature has gone, the heat has gone, and it happened literally in 1 week, which just, you know, I find incredibly interesting. But you'll see we've got some rhubarb here. I'll probably leave that rhubarb, let it sort of sit for a bit longer. But if you come into the greenhouse, you will see that a lot of the tomatoes have they've just started to give up the ghost. So some of the tomatoes are kind of looking a bit rough. I actually pulled cucumbers out from this plant yesterday because this cucumber plant has given up. The ones at the back have given up. I need to harvest all of my tomatillos, and I want to come up with a better handling for next year. So I've come to the realization that while, you know, it's really nice to have all of these plants in the greenhouse, got these fantastic peppers growing here, for example. It kind of got away from me a bit this year. So some of these peppers really need a bit more space, and some of the tomatoes need a bit more space. That said, some of the cucumbers are still doing incredibly well. So if you look at this cucumber here, this cucumber is growing just amazingly well. And there are some cucumbers down there, I promise. But the tomatoes have kind of all started to fall over. They've got so much weight on them. They're still not green yet. and I feel like next year I need to come up with better supports. And again, this is all about learning, right? It's not about necessarily saying I did a bad job. It's about learning how I can improve next year, and that's where I'm at right now. So if you look here, same thing for the corn, same thing for the peas, right? I didn't do a great job with the peas this year. I didn't do a great job with the corn this year. But what I did do a great job with are the squashes. We've got pumpkins everywhere. Regular zucchinis there. I also need to deal with the brambles because the brambles are taking everything up. But the beans over there, they're looking pretty good. The beans over here, the volunteer beans that I showed you a couple of weeks ago, look at them. Like, there's enough there for a couple of meals. I cannot complain. Despite me not planting them, they've kind of taken over, and look, they're just going wherever the heck they want to go. And they're grabbing hold of me, as this bean just did. Unfortunately, that part of bean is now done. It's a has-been. But tish. Over here, my kind of leftover tomatoes and squashes, they're doing incredibly well. And that bean has grabbed hold of me again. So I've just removed another piece of bean that grabbed hold of me. But these tomatoes here, I've had a couple of red tomatoes from this lot. They're doing okay. I feel like I was too late this year. But you know what has not been bad this year are the raspberries. Look at these. I don't know if you can see the number of raspberries that we have been growing. And bear in mind that I cut these all the way back last winter and thought I'd killed them off. Cutting them off actually made them better and made them stronger. Same thing here. I think that earlier on this year, I was worried that my zucchinis were not going to do very well. But my courgettes, my zucchinis have actually been really freaking amazing. And they're doing really great. The strawberries have been really great this year. So while my tomatoes have not been good, while my cucumbers have been okay, while my peppers have been okay, really it's my tomatoes that let me down. Some of my brassicas let me down. Everything else is good. And I think the thing that I'm learning, and I learn it every year, I learn something new every year, is that I need to be kind and accept that sometimes what I think is going to happen in the garden doesn't happen. And I need to be okay that those things sometimes change. Same with the apple tree, right? I was really butthurt for a long time about the fact that the apple tree, we had some broken limbs on the apple tree this year. But actually, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with things breaking because I've still been able to get the apples that I want, that are lovely and fresh and tasty. And the more we eat fresh fruit and fresh veg, the healthier we are. So while the garden is looking a little bit sorry for itself right now, I think next week's going to be the start of cleaning. But even things like this honeysuckle right here, while it's the end of the season, it's still growing strong. And I need to think about how I'm going to plan next year to encourage that growth that I want from the honeysuckle. Let's finish off by showing you some cosmos. This is a lonely cosmos that's kind of popped up, and it's beautiful, and I miss some of its flowers. There's one coming here as well. Cosmos is kind of an autumn flower. It's still gonna grow, and it's still gonna give me some flowers. But now I need to think about what I'm going to do next year on the border, what I'm going to do next year when it comes to the vegetable plot. And while I'm sad that some of the things I'd planned haven't happened, I'm also feeling a little optimistic about what next year can hold. Hopefully we're still here, because I really like this garden. Anyway, we don't have comments enabled right now. I'm not going to go into why on this video. Suffice to say that it was not safe for the team to have comments enabled. So we're going to get kind of a little bit protectionist in terms of looking after the team. And if you have comments to make, please do so. Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, or join our Discord where there's nice people and moderators. I'll see you next week. I really want to eat this apple, but it's tea time and I got to cook. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save my appetite. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, down below, on our blog, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of supporters who make this channel possible, helping us through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and helping us to remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the link below. We've got options available across a wide range of different price points from just $1.50 US a month. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: M. Wessie, Les Magnar, MX Flounder, NYTMR, Thrill Nelly, Hernan Giraldo, Christopher Bloodworth, Eric Rouvier, Ronnie E. Bickers Jr., Brett Mason, George Piney, Mega XLR, Robert Coghill, Peter Bodica, Gary Wood, Dessa Bird Traveller, Tim van der Loeng, Mike Clark, Kyle Olin, Rob Hutchinson, Tony Ladig, Chris Nichols, Tempest, Adrian Atwater, Doug Lloyd, Mitch Rasner, and Brad. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame, and you can even gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have an old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address on our website. You'll also find links to our swag store, and if you're someone who has to shop on Amazon, please consider using our affiliate link so we get the commission, not Jeff Bezos. So we can continue to focus on making our content even better and reduce burnouts, we are being a little freer with our release days, but plan on dropping new content every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, plus something on Sunday over on TE Take 2. If you want more, the mighty algorithm that hates us thinks you should be watching this video, but we think this one is one you should also check out. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and don't forget to resist. Keep evolving.